Hello everybody, I'm Greg. Welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews today. Let's go take a walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Today's beer, another one from Mad River. Makes me mad just looking at it. This is their Steelhead Extra Stout. So this is going to be a dark beer, so we're not, we're not going to be able to see what's floating around in this beer. So maybe it'll be a little bit better. The beer Mad River is out of Blue Lake, California. This is an American Stout coming in at 6.60 ABV. This beer comes in at 6.5% ABV American Stout. Year-round serving from these guys on this. Like I said, their bottles don't have any dating in on it, and more than likely somebody's going to come back and say, well, their six-packs do, or their cases do, or the train that they ship it on has got something stamped on it. That's irrelevant to me. It's got to be on each and every bottle as far as I'm concerned. Anything else is, I mean, a lot of people don't buy them in 6 because they're so pricey. And you either get 1 or 2 or whatever you can afford to get. And I'm going to stick to that, guys. I mean, it needs to be on each individual bottle. That's just the bottom line. But anything else is unacceptable. The glassware for this is a pint glass, Becker, the Stein, the tumbler, the mug. I got the Duvel glass, guys, for this one. It's almost a 7% beer, 6.5%. And the darker beers, I like to get the aromas and stuff that comes up out of here. So it says we can sell this beer, but it's only a 6.5%. So it's going to keep a couple years, but I don't know if I'd want to sell it any longer than that. Food pairings of this cuisine is a barbecue, cheeses, buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss. Meat for this is grilled meat, smoked meat, game. Well, nothing floating around in that we can see. What do you think? Alright guys, over into the light. It is pitch black. It is dark as used motor oil, as I say. Can't see any light around it. Very dark beer. Poured it fairly aggressive. Didn't get a big head on there. And what we did pour is gone and dissipated already. So let's get a nose on this one. Very chocolatey coffee smell. Sweet roasty malt. Maybe just a hint of chocolate, but this gets a sweet chocolate smell. Oh well, let's not beat around the bush. Cheers, guys. That is nice. We have no idea how old this beer is. Of course, being a stout and 6.5%, it's not going to diminish anything. It's probably just going to get better over the first year or so. This is very nice. A nice roasty coffee. Very well balanced. Very nice beer. A whole lot better than the last thing that we had from them. A couple of days ago we did one, and it had huge, and I'll just reiterate this. I have nothing personal against Mad River Brewing. I mean, they probably do some good stuff. This is pretty decent. I really like this. But there's no dates on the bottles, and I went in and looked, and they had about 5 or 6 different varieties of Mad River beers, and 2 of them were dark beers, the Stout and the Extra Stout, and all the rest of them were Pale Ales and IPAs and other things. And every one of them had sediment in the bottom, and you could just not a big fan of that, especially when there's no date on the bottle. If it's supposed to be a Hefeweizen or something that's supposed to have, or a wheat beer, it's supposed to have something in there that the yeast that you want to get into it, but just to have that junk floating around in it, just to be floating around in it, just I can brew beer that don't have that stuff floating around in it. So that's the way I look at it, guys. I don't have filtered beers, and all that stuff settles out of it when you're fermenting. So that being said, I think this is a whole lot better than that. Very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. Right out of the fridge, 40 degrees, so we're going to let it warm up just a tad, but definitely better than the beer we had the other day. So guys, stick around, I'll be right back. This looks like it may be an A beer, but we'll see if it gets the A, because it has no date. Be right back. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little left here. This is a pretty decent beer, it really is. It's a shame we can't get a date on the beer. I don't understand why they can't put a date on this bottle. Blows my mind. Final chug, guys. Coffee, chocolate, roasted malt. That's a delicious beer. That is the best beer that I've had from Mad River. And it would be probably one of my regular beers if it can get a date. Even though it's a 6.5%. I got one more beer of theirs, which is the porter, I think is what it is. And I'm going to stick to the dark beers from them until they get a date on each one of the bottles here, because I'm not going to be buying the beers when there's a lot of junk floating around in the bottom of the bottle there, and everything that they had. So, guys, it's an A beer, but it's not getting the A. I'm going to give it a 7, which is a B+. Once they step up to the plate and put the date on their bottles, well, I'll step up to the plate and give them the grade that they deserve. But with them brewing a beer this good and not putting a date on it is a shame. Rate Beer has 97 overall and 97 in style, so excellent marks from them guys. And Beer Advocate is all the way up into 91, which is their exceptional range. So the marks blow. The beer is great. I mean, the bottom line is the beer is an A beer, but need a date. And I'm going to stick to that, guys. If you've had this beer, give me some comments back on this one. Let me know what you think of, whether you liked it or didn't like it. I'm getting a lot of support on the dating, and it's getting better, guys. I mean, every month the companies are stepping up to the plate and putting their dates on the bottle, either in something that we can read and not in code form. So thumbs up to all the ones that are doing it. Even the ones that are putting in cans now, put it right on the bottom. So if you need to put it in a can and put a date on it, put it in a can. I don't have a problem with that. Guys, you got a problem with that? Probably not. Let's go look in the fridge tomorrow. See everybody there.